welcome to Tirupati Eye Center and Training Academy. I am Dr. Neha Jain and with me are Dr. Mohita Sharma and Dr. Rupin Dang. We are here to discuss about the importance of preoperative diagnostics and preoperative planning, which is required to see if a patient can undergo refractive surgery or not.
So Dr. Neha, why do you think it is important to learn the diagnostics for learning a good LASIK surgery?
It's important to learn the diagnostics because we want to screen out the patients who are fit for the refractive procedure and who are not fit for the refractive procedure. We need to do a lot of diagnostic workup and checks before planning a surgery to see what patient fits in the criteria and which patients do not. So we have topographers like Cirrus, Pentacam and OpScan which can look at the posterior float and the anterior corneal curvature. So here we are using the OpScan which helps us to detect and rule out patients who might be a suspect keratoconus. And also we need to do Xi-wave here which helps us to know the subjective and the actual refraction of the patient, and it helps us to correct any aberrations which the patients might have.
So Dr. Rupin, do you think there is any major difference between OpScan, Pentacam and Cirrus or any other corneal topographers?
Principles of all these machines are different, but we need to know how to interpret the.
So basically it's the interpretation that's important. So even if you learn interpretation for one machine, that's good enough. Because you know that it's ultimately that you're trying to detect the keratoconus. For example, in OpScan you have 10 red flags and you should know which are those 10 red flags. Because when you know those 10 red flags, then you know as to which patient is fit for LASIK and which patient is not fit for LASIK. And out of those 10 red flags also, it is not that any patient needs to have all those 10 red flags to be called a keratoconus case. Even if that patient has 2 or 3 of them, then it becomes either a keratoconus or a keratoconus suspect. So I think an important aspect of training is to know as to which are those red flags which are more important than the other.
Exactly.
So that we can diagnose as to actually whether that case is of keratoconus or not.
Yeah, sure. So we should basically know the interpretation of topography and how to compare topography in subsequent examinations or of one eye to the other eye so that we can make an informed decision.
Sometimes the trainees are in a dilemma, so that how many cases are sufficient for a good LASIK training. So what do you think is the sufficient number of cases for LASIK training?
See, it's the diagnostic which is more important because the number of cases you may operate, the outcome is which is most important, which really depends upon your preoperative diagnostics and how are you planning the treatment. So it really depends. You might operate only 2 cases, but then you need to have a good planning. If you operate 100 cases but your planning is not good, then you cannot expect a good post-operative outcome. So the diagnostics is more important. So Dr. Rupin, can you tell us what are all these machines here?
This is the OpScan of the corneal topographer, and this is the Xi-wave or aberrometer. This is a combined workstation for which we are planning LASIK.
So this is the OpScan 3 which we are using. It detects 23,000 elevation points to give us an interpretation of the topography, and the Xi-wave 3 which we are using. And for any machine, when we are doing the test, we need to check the repeatability of the machines, which we have done for our machines. So when we are doing the diagnostics, that time also we should take 2 to 3 scans for each eye of every patient to be sure that the values are repeatable. So when we are doing LASIK training, we need to learn some smaller, finer points also. Like when we are using the OpScan to take the topography images, we have to be sure that the images are being captured in a dimly lit room and the clear film is very uniform and stable and lubricated so that we get good high quality images. And similarly for the Xi-wave also, we should have good quality images and should be done in mesopic conditions where the pupil size should be adequate to capture all the higher order and the lower order aberrations. Now we'll see how to do the treatment planning. So we have a ProScan which is a customized treatment, then we have Xioptics which is a wavefront based treatment, and the Press by LASIK which is the SupraCore. So we'll take a small example of ProScan treatment planning.
So this is the treatment planning for the right eye. We use the diagnostic data for the treatment planning. This is the pachymetry and this is the selective refraction. This is the final correction. We have to look for the optic zone and residual stroma. And this is how we plan the treatment.
So this is a very simplified way of planning the treatment. In similar way, we can also do a Xioptics module or the SupraCore module, where the treatment planning is on the basic same lines, but a different kind of data is also required for planning the treatment. So this is the importance of learning LASIK diagnostics and how to plan a treatment. On this platform, we use Teneo 317 Bausch & Lomb, and if you want to know more about it and know more about the LASIK training, so kindly contact on the details mentioned below. Hope you like the video. Hope you like this video. This is Dr. Neha Jain with Dr. Mohita Sharma and Dr. Rupin Dang signing off. Have a nice day and see you soon.